Right? So this is the exercise number 2 for formative assessment number 1. This is what we call our robo face, the robo face or robot face. And we'll be applying here circles, arcs, also the use of dimensions that involve radius, diameter, and a multitude of uses of the dimension tool. So let's start. Again, we will be preparing our working space by going to Scene, click on Parallel Projection, and then go to Top View. Once our friend Thai here becomes a line in our site, then that means we are already in the top view working space. And how big is our robo face once again? It's 1000 millimeter. So with 1000 millimeter, let's create the horizontal line with 1000 millimeters so that we could adjust, we could zoom when needed. 1000, we only need 1000. There we have it. So we can now be guided by this 1000 millimeter. We could zoom. I can close the scenes. All I need to work on is this 1000 millimeter here. To make sure that this is 1000 millimeter, let's use the dimension tool. There you have it, 1000 millimeter. And that's the basic width of the face of our robot. And to create the eyes of our robot and actually the football head of our robot, we need another line which is parallel to our 1000 millimeter, and we'll be putting that how far from the first 1000 mm. We need it to be 200 mm away. So let's measure 200 millimeters going down. So we could just in our value control box, it's approximately 188. So let's just put 200. And our vertical line is created. Now we can proceed with our horizontal line. It's now in the red axis, and we are hinted by our point from the previous line. It's 1000 mm. I can just click here, and I won't need to close this because I don't actually need the vertical line here anymore. Now let's proceed with the arc of the head for the top and the bottom. These are just created by making half circles based on the 1000 millimeter horizontal lines. So for the upper half circle, we use the lower horizontal line. For the lower half circle, we use the upper horizontal line. To demonstrate, let's click on A or the 2-point arc. So let's create the upper arc first. So let's use the lower horizontal line. Click on one endpoint, another endpoint, and then let's provide our PCB with 500 because that would be the radius of a half circle having a diameter of 1000. There we have it. Next, the next one is to create the arc for the bottom portion. So we use the 1000 mm horizontal line in the upper portion. Click on one endpoint and the other endpoint. Provide the VCB with 500 once more, And we have already created our robot faces head, basically the shape of the head. Now we can proceed with the eyes. We'll do the erasing of entities at the end when all the circles are already provided within the head. We are provided with dimensions, which is the center of the eyes from the edge of the ears. We have here 256.58, but let's just round that off to 257. So what we can do is to create a line. Let's create a line from the edge of the ear going inward and then entering in our VCB 257, and we should have been able to create a line here, or a line segment. Since this is a green, this means that it's an endpoint, and it is the second endpoint of our 257 millimeter segment. Now let's do the same procedure for the right side from the right ear. 257 going inward once more. 257. Let's enter. 257. Here. Once that closes, let's find the endpoint of 257. Here it is. Then let's create a vertical line going to the second horizontal line. Why do we do that? We did that because we could extract the midpoint by the hinting system of SketchUp. So we just create circles here using the midpoint as the center. So let's click on C or press C on your keyboard. Then stretch your circle until you reach the endpoints. Do the same thing for the other eye. And since our eyes have inner circles, let's again use the centers. However, this time we have to input 50 mm as the radius because our VCB is asking for the value. Right now it's approximately 47. I'll be entering 50 so that it gives a definite value. There we have it. We have now two circles, one small, one big for the other eye. Let's create another. So 50 ulit. And so we now have the eyes of our robot. Is it complete? Not yet. We still need the four lines that are created by making crosshair for the eyes of our robot. We have here hints. We're getting the red line or red axis hint. So let's just click on them and then cross it to the other side. See? We get the hinting of the red axis, cross it to your center until the other side of the other side or other edge of your circle. Now we could erase the lines here, but let's complete the mouth first before we erase any excess features of our robot face. So let's proceed with the mouth. For the mouth, we just need to center it horizontally. And with regards to its vertical distance, we are given 150 millimeters downward from our second horizontal line or our lower horizontal line. So we could work on the edge. However, since we are working still with the horizontal line, we have not erased anything. We could actually find the center or midpoint of our segment. And in this case, we could simply use this as our basis. So we create a downward or a vertical line with a measure of 150 mm. There we have it, which is similar to using the edge in this manner, downward by 150 mm, and we can still find the location of this one. But for using the midpoint, we have already located the center for our circle by just using one line instead of two if we work on the edge. Now, let, let me create the circle for the mouth. What is the diameter or the radius for our mouth? The diameter would be 250 mm or a radius of 125. So let's use the endpoint of our vertical line to create a circle with a radius of 125 mm. There we have it. Now, is our robot face complete? Yes, it's complete. Now we could erase all the excess lines before we put all the dimensions that are required in order to complete this robot face and work for exercise number 2. Let's remove these portions. These are not needed. These are excess. Even the vertical line here is not needed. The crosshairs inside the inner circle of the eyes. Do we have to remove anything else? I think we have sufficiently remove all the excess. Now, let's work with our dimensions. For the dimensions, we need to move this a little bit. Next, what are the dimensions that we need to provide? The dimension for the head shape, its radius is 500. Put it here. Another is for the lower portion. Let's call that the jaw or the chin. Jaw. It would be more appropriate. That's another 500. For the mouth, oh, we forgot to put a horizontal line for the mouth. Let's put it here. You have it. Now the diameter or the length of this horizontal line in the mouth of our robot. What's the dimension? 200. It's 200. Let's try once more. Where's the center of our circle? So, circle. Let's try to redo this. Sound strong. Let's just repeat this one. So double check if the dimension is now 1 to 5. Okay, that's one. Then for this portion, this should be 250. It's now working. Is anything else? We also need the radius for the eyes. This eye. The inner eye or the inner for the remove. Oh, the 200 distance. The distance between the two horizontal. Another is vertical distance between our lower horizontal line and the center of our robot's mouth. You could also remove the vertical line already that we have used to replace the initial circle for the mouth. One to five, 250. What more do we need? 500, 150, 200, 50, 100, and the distances of the center of the eyes from the edge of the ears. Okay, that's 257. For the other side, let's find the center. So we have now located all our required parts. All that's left is for us to put our initial. And where do we put it best? Put it here. As low base. It's my letter J. This would be D. For better. X for my letter. You need the same. It's time to erase all the unneeded ones. Stop. Oh, I forgot. Smart. And remove the surfaces. That's it. So my robot face is completed. How long did it take? Now we just need to export or download. Download as SKP 2021. Download as PNG. Are already comfortable and satisfied with the output in the PNG, just click on export PNG and you're done. Congratulations.